What's happening, guys? Heading out today to finally meet up with this hero, Al Dove. That's Al right there. That's him standing next to my friend Captain Flarity. I've spoken to Al many times on the phone, and really excited to meet him. He was with the 101st Airborne's Echo Company Recon unit, which my friend Captain Flaherty was the platoon leader. Jerry Austin over here, who I already met, he was the platoon sergeant, and Al was the M60 gunner. And I've got many stories from those guys, those recon guys, of Al saving people's lives with that M60. And Al was a rock solid fighter in Vietnam. So he saved my friend Richard Flaherty's life on several occasions, and a couple of these other guys. So what an honor. Looking forward to meeting Al. Hold on, friends. I've been waiting years to meet this man, Al Dove. Al, you saved my friend Richard Flaherty's life many times, and the other guys in Recon's life many times. You told me about the time in Typhoon Bess when Flaherty was drowning in the rice paddy.
He was hanging on to my rucksack.
Yeah, so you had to carry him for, what, about 100 yards?
Probably about 100 yards. We were zigzagging.
Yeah.
And the water was a lot deeper than normally it's. That's what was really unusual about it. Rice paddy water is about thigh, knee high, but somehow this water got really deep, and it took us almost 3.5 hours to go only 100 yards.
Oh, wow.
And we were trying to make it through this island. Here's Flaherty. We got our CIBs.
Yeah. Wow.
Richard Flaherty. There's my name right up above.
Yeah.
Evans. John Evans was with me the night that I scored the belt buckle to Flaherty.
So if you don't mind just telling Scott, because it's such an incredible... wasn't that the same night of the rice paddy? You guys were walking through the water and you had to go to that little island?
Out of the rice paddy.
Right.
And Flaherty said, Dove, set up rear security. And I complained a little bit, you know. But I'm glad I did. And as we were setting up rear security, Firebase Sandy was pumping off flares every 15 minutes to half an hour, just to spot enemy from making some kind of an assault on the fire support base. And when the flare went up, I kind of saw a little bit of his left side of his body, his head, shoulder.
The NVA?
Yeah, and I stopped. Paul was on my left, Paul Sedano, and John Evans was on my right, and I told him to stop. I stopped him with my elbow, and I said, we got problems. And
didn't you spot the
I just saw a little bit of his silhouette.
Right.
And he was standing next to a small clump of bamboo trees.
You were the M60 gunner.
No, I had given up the 60.
Okay.
When that happened, I thought I gave it up to Evans, but Lindner was a replacement. He took over the 60.
Okay.
I was corrected on that. And, Lindner was killed later on when I was down in, I think, Da Nang at the 3rd Math Marines. But as I saw the silhouette, and then all of a sudden he said something in Vietnamese, and I said, "Oh boy, I hope he's not a civilian," you know. And he said something again, and I got him, and his attaché started running, and I think it was the first time that I fired. I had probably about 8 or 9 rounds left in the mag. I carry 18 rounds, and I fired,
Yeah.
And my 16 went up, missed, and I ended up firing a 79 round, and I hit a bamboo fence.
Uh-huh.
It was a lucky shot, you know.
Yeah.
I just took a wild shot, and I hit the bamboo fence that I didn't see until we went to look for the body. And the 79, the round it's a 40 millimeter round, and it just peppered
So the two guys, one was a captain, an NVA captain, the other guy was a
I don't know what
his
he was.
attaché, his assistant. Yeah.
His attaché, and he had a silver belt buckle.
Yeah. I just want to show people what Al's talking about, because in this picture, and here's Al right here, they're wearing those belt buckles that he's talking about.
John Holton was one of them.
Al, you said you lost 1,100 men?
Well, I didn't, but
I'm saying
in our battalion.
In your battalion, yeah.
A little over 1,100 guys, and I said, wow. Most of them were in combat.
Yeah.
John Holton was, he was supposed to go home. He had 5 wounds, and he didn't want to go home. He wanted to stay, finish up his tour. And so he went as a paymaster to go out on the helicopters. And now this is secondhand information. This is what I was told. It was right after Typhoon Bess.
Right.
We were going to go and do a sweep, and one of the guys came up as our choppers were coming in, and he said, you know, I got bad news. Holton was killed. And I said, yeah, how?
Yeah.
You know, he's supposed to be out of the field. He said, well, he was a paymaster, and one of the guys that was with him stepped on artillery booby trap. And from what I heard,
instantaneous.
Yeah. And big piece cut Holton in half.
Wow.
John Holton. And he was my favorite, all of Recon's favorite lieutenant. And then Flarity was our second, you know.
You remember the first time you met Flaherty, or you saw him?
Well, I heard, the first time I heard about him is in jump school.
They were saying there's a...
Yeah, he was already a legend, you know. But I never heard about him being the giant killer. And apparently, like, from what I found out from you, like, it goes back since he was in high school.
Yeah. But do you remember the first time you actually saw him?
Oh, yeah. I saw him at Fort Campbell.
Right.
He was at Delta Company. A lot of my friends that I went to AIT and jump school.
Was it shocking to see a guy that small?
No. I seen small guys. Yeah. In Hawaii, there's a lot of Filipinos and Japanese.
Yeah,
I grew up with local boys and stuff.
Did you get a chance to talk to him then?
I'm sorry?
Did you get a chance to talk to Flaherty at that time?
Yeah.
Good conversation?
Oh, yeah, especially when he came to Recon, you know. I was really stoked. I said, hey, Flaherty, man, you know, you gotta come to Recon when you can, you know. And I was surprised one day. Showed up. Hey, Gav, I'm here.
Where are you? Wow. You remember most of the guys?
Yeah. Well, this is Recon and Motor Platoon.
Is Jerry Austin in there?
Yes.
Where's Jerry?
Jerry's...
Is Stan Parker there?
Here's Jerry right here.
That's Jerry?
Yeah. Stan Parker's right there.
Who was the sergeant? It was Jerry, right?
Kenny Lindsay. That's Kenny Lindsay.
Okay.
This is Freddie. Oh God. He's my favorite sergeant. He was our platoon sergeant.
Yeah.
Freddie Westerman.
Okay.
he stepped on a mine that I was supposed to.
Just
This was the day after Charlie was killed,
oh,
and LePay got it through his legs. For years, I was trying to find out who was that guy that I pulled out, and Ron Kuvic.
Ron, yeah, I know. Ron's a good friend of
Yeah,
Ron was a very good friend of mine.
Ron Kuvic.
Ron's
right
in
there.
my movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Ron was amazing. I love Ron.
Yeah, oh yeah. He's a good photo observer. This is Dennis Kilberry. This is Kleckner here. He's the one that. This is Holt. Holt was Fravel's RTO.
Okay.
The night Fravel was killed.
So a lot of these guys were all gone.
We had, out of a lot of the recon groups, I think we had the less.
The least amount of, right,
yeah,
because you guys were really
yeah,
squared away.
We had two, Fravel and Charlie Pyle. Charlie was like the platoon's brother.
Yeah.
Everybody loved Charlie, and it was that night before he was killed. He got grazed. A couple of days after the ambush, he got grazed. Was in between one of his hands from our own chopper.
Wow.
He was headed back to Highland. But
Just a little chicken scratch.
not on the paint.
No, yeah. Oh, what a pleasure, man.
It's an A and a D.
Yeah, Al Dove, man. You got to give me the Dove. And would you?
I painted the jaws. You got to zoom in. This is a board that Ben Ipa shaped. Oh no, Brian Hines shaped. It's a coal wood. Here's another one. This is a Cucka Falls.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably about 100 feet higher.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you painted that?
Yeah, this is our airbrushing.
Wow. That's really something.